Welcome, dear friends, to the Wednesday edition of Fresh Bread. It's Wednesday, March the 8th, 2023. Reverend Phil Anderson here with you, pastor of Oakland United Methodist Church and Kansas Avenue United Methodist Church here in Topeka. What a pleasure it is to have you join with me today for Fresh Bread. You know, these little 5-minute daily devotionals, they started out about a half an hour and they went down about 10 minutes and now 5 minutes. They started March the 23rd, 2020, right there as COVID was really taking off. We were trying to find ways to stay connected. And I find that a lot of people right now, and for whatever reason, we're all busy. I don't care what your state of affairs is in your personal life. I really haven't talked to anybody lately who just has nothing but time on their hands. I really haven't. And so these are little ways for us to use some of the capabilities available to us, some of the tools and some of the vehicles to stay in touch. And I appreciate you listening to these, because quite frankly, I got other things I could be doing too, instead of talking into my phone here on Sunday afternoon. But I want to do these because I believe there's a potential that they can reach people that aren't being reached. And it's kind of like we were saying in church this morning. We set out in faith. We don't always have everything lined up. But if God tells us to do something, we just need to do it. And I kind of feel that's what's going on here. I really do. That God is calling us into this relationship through the KAUMC.church website. And again, we call it Fresh Bread. Hopefully it's not stale bread. Reminds me of the time I was up near Wounded Knee, South Dakota, staying on an Indian reservation with people I never even met. Someone had lined me up to stay in this trailer. They met me in the town of Mullen, Nebraska, and we drove up in the dark. I mean, I have never seen it so dark in my life. And they were very hospitable, very gracious. And the time we got up there was about 11 o'clock at night. I think we went to the VFW there, met about 6 o'clock, and somehow I ended up going to the VFW post for some type of a get-together. I think there was a band and a dance. I was just sitting there going, okay, when are we going up to the trailer? I'm ready to go up there. I left early in the morning. I'm tired. But eventually we got to the trailer. I mean, I had no idea where I was going. It was that dark. And I never saw the sky look like that. But all those experiences, I look back on them, I didn't know where I was going. But I just went in faith. Never met these people. A friend of mine at work had told me about these folks and she said they'd be very hospitable, and I think somebody she used to be close to, and sure enough, he met me down at the little town of Mullen, Nebraska. I said, hey, I'll be wearing a Chicago Cubs hat. I doubt you see too many of those in Mullen, Nebraska, standing on the street corner. Sure enough, he found me. But we step out, friends, so much of life is based on our faith, isn't it? Really? Stop and think about it. Based on our faith. Without faith, it is impossible to please God. That's in Hebrews chapter 11. And I pray this will be your story this week as we go through it. And it'll be my story. That it's just not how we put God in a little nice, convenient little box and put a ribbon on, a little bow on top, and there's our God, and He's right where we want Him, and He's going to do what we want Him to do. But that we learn to walk out and step out in faith. And we'll talk more about that this week. Thanks for joining me. Talk to you more tomorrow on Fresh Bread.